Hello everybody, welcome back to Red Share Video, welcome back to the property, and welcome back to the tiny house. It's been a while since I've been able to come out here and work on the tiny house. Kind of frustrating. The older I get, I just can't take the summers, so I just kind of quit working on the tiny house for about 3 months. I've been able to come out here and get other projects done, maybe on the barn or mowing, different things around the property. Brought a bunch of equipment out here today, and between today and tomorrow I'm going to try to get a few things done. I got a brush pile over here that I'm going to try to get burned. There's a small chance I might get some mowing done, but I kind of don't really think so. One of the last times I was here, I was working on the wiring, and I made some progress, and then I had 1 step forward and 2 steps back. So I'm going to have to spend some time going over that wiring and trying to figure out some gremlins. But I brought my big generator up here, so maybe that'll help me out a little bit. Anyway, that's probably not for this trip. There's a look at those 2 windows that I framed in. So probably the last time that I was here working, I was doing insulation, and I got most of it done. And I was working on this strip in the bedroom, and I'll tell you a funny story about that. Okay, so funny story, not funny. For many years I was in the retail business, and when you work for a company, they usually preach safety, especially in the latter years of my career. The last 10-15 years I worked for a distributing company, let's say, and they were all about safety, and they would pass out PPE, personal protection equipment, maybe knee pads, back brace, gloves. They would give you all sorts of stuff to help you to be safe in your fulfillment of your job duties. I know what safety is, and I know what it looks like, but I'm here to tell you that every now and then the male brain just shuts off. I don't know what it is. I have no idea why it works like that, but sometimes it does, and it's a real thing. So I was working, the last time I was in this tiny house actually doing work, I was finishing up the insulation. And as of right now, I'm done with everything except for maybe 5 pieces. Most of those are in the upper regions, I believe. In this bedroom, there is 1 strip, and it's actually a cut down strip. It's not a full 16 inches wide. And I was working on that last strip. It was probably late in May or June, I'm thinking, because it was starting to get warm. If you get on the ladder, it gets warm up in the top part of the room here. So I had this strip that I had cut down, and I was going to be putting up here. And if you see this big obstacle right here, it is about, I don't remember, 18 or 20 sheets of sheetrock. And I got this on a bargain at Lowe's some time ago, and I needed a place to put it, keep it safe and dry. So I chose to bring it in here and put it in here because I will show you, but I have all the cedar wood that I also purchased last year stacked in the living room. So I put the sheetrock in the bedroom. I have a barn over there. Barn's pretty full. Got a lot of stuff in there. I've been real good at collecting stuff over there. The barn doesn't have a floor in it, and I don't want to put it on sand. And yes, I could put it on pallets or blocks or something, but more worried about moisture over there or rodents. I don't seem to have a rodent problem, but there are termites in and around that building. So anyway, keep it safe and dry. I put it in here. It's in my way. Okay, I got to do a strip of insulation. So I was able to work around it for the most part. I had this ladder right here. Okay. This ladder that's probably bent from my experience. I think it is. Yeah, okay. So I had this ladder here, and I can put it up on top of the sheetrock, and I was able to get up there. And then I was able to turn it this way and lean it up against the wall, and I was able to get that part of the ceiling. But when it came to this part of the ceiling, I guess my brain shut off, and yeah, I was doing something stupid. So what did I do? Don't judge. Probably did something, I don't remember. It was one of these two right here. And I thought to myself, if I can just get on one step and put my foot on the second step or something like that, yeah, I'll get out there and I'll get those last few staples in, and we'll be good to go. Well, my stupidity lasted long enough for me to get those staples in, and I reached for one last staple, or I had to tuck something or some such. Yeah, I was on top of this thing, and somehow it went, yeah, it went like that one way or another. And I fell down, and one of my legs, I think it was my right leg, scraped pretty hard. I don't know where, but it scraped pretty hard on the side of the ladder. Yeah, that ladder's bent. I didn't realize that. So I scraped my leg pretty good, got a strawberry and a pretty good bruise. And then the rest of me fell right here on the sheetrock. My lower back hit that. I don't know if you've ever had a accident where you were jolted or stunned pretty good, but it hits you hard and it sends like a shock through your body. Fun times. It's a real good high. Yeah, don't try that. Anyway, so I laid there about 3 seconds, and the first thought in my head was, how bad am I hurt? And then the second thought is, you start taking inventory. Can I move? Can is something broken? Am I going to have to pick the dog up and drive myself into the hospital, or what? So anyway, I laid there for a few seconds, took inventory, realized that I was alive, and nothing major seemed to be broken. So I dragged myself up onto the sheetrock like it was a bed, and I stretched out, and I laid there for a few minutes. Gathered myself, got up, put the ladder up, walked out that door, shut and locked the door, and left. And I've only been in here a couple of times to grab something or remove something. I think my wife and I ate lunch in here one day, but that's it. I hadn't worked in, it's been too hot, and yeah, so here's the piece of insulation that I used, and you can see all the staple marks where it pulled out. That was the last piece, the hardest piece I had left to put up, and I got it up, and now I got to do it all over again. Anyway, don't do stupid stuff, because 9 times out of 10 stupid wins, and it wins a stupid prize.
Hold on. Where does he get those wonderful toys?
Well, I had high hopes for this weekend. I brought down a bunch of equipment. I just wore myself out yesterday, and this morning I had a setback. The old Dodge over there needed a new battery this morning, left me high and dry at my cabin for a little while. Anyway, I was able to get it started, and I drove into town, and $250 later, I drove away with a new battery. Yeah, I was crawling under that truck. I thought it might be the starter, but it turns out it was just the battery. Anyway, I got a late start today, and I came out here, and I've been burning this fire I spent yesterday pulling stuff out of the woods and burning the pile that I already had. So I need to finish that up, and I've been doing that for about an hour, and man, I'm just already wiped out. My back is screaming at me. But it's a beautiful weekend. Temperature's probably, I don't know, 68, 72 maybe. I don't know, somewhere in there. Beautiful weekend. And like I said, I brought out all this equipment thinking I was going to get the work done, and all I've done is bring the equipment and offload it. I was hoping this would be the weekend I would at least get something done on this little cabin, this tiny house. I've got the stack of cedar in here that I wanted to get planed today. And I guess if I could rest for a while, maybe I could still get it done, but I don't want to push myself too hard, to be honest with you. Just trying to listen to my body a little bit. So I'm probably going to stay here another hour or so, stoke this fire, do a couple of odds and ends, and then I think I'll be getting out of here. But I do have a few pictures. If I haven't already shown them to you, I'll show you, of the tiny house. It's been a while since we've been here. Maybe you forgot what it looked like. I don't know. Anyway, I hope your weekend was good. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope your team won in sports, whoever that was. And I hope you get out and visit with your neighbors and enjoy the great outdoors a little bit. Thanks for being here, and come back next week, hopefully, and watch another Red Shirt video. Thank you.